Have you perhaps heard the tragedy of Darth Osman, the Crybaby? Okay, hey, welcome everybody. Name's Nezquik, and today we're going to talk about one William Osman here. He's making the rounds here recently, for good reasons too. Now, before we get into what this guy's done, we need to understand, well, who is this guy? Who is this William Osman? William Osman, aka the Human Baseball Bat, is a YouTuber, specifically a YouTuber with a couple million subs, and basically he's famous for inventing, kind of tinkering and making shit. Actually, kind of cool stuff, to be honest. I remember running across him a few years back when he was at BattleBots, I think 2018 or 2019. He was kind of behind the scenes. He made the safety bot, I think. It was good shit, right? This guy knows how to tinker and have some fun, right? I appreciate that, if nothing else. And of course, he did strike up a little controversy. More so, he was probably adjacent to the controversy when he went on to the H3HD podcast. Essentially, he kind of got shoved to the side of an episode. He was supposed to be the main guy there. He made, Ethan Klein a hat that moved and whatnot. And then Ethan Klein proceeded to not give a shit and kind of give him only 10-15 minutes on the show. It kind of a bit of a dick move, but William doesn't seem to bear any ill will against it, so I won't either.
I dropped one. Epic food review on Ian's channel. Legit.
However, recently, Mr. Osman has done something that has roused some ill will from the commentary community here, and it's for this. William Osman is a bitch. You heard it here first, folks, alright? He's some form of bitch, alright? Some subspecies of bitch, hitherto unknown to mankind. Here's what I'm talking about. Despite being an uber popular YouTuber, William Osman still finds it within his heart to have a frowny face. Now look, I'm not going to say here that being famous, that being rich, and being a YouTuber is easy shit, because it ain't. There are advantages and disadvantages to being famous, right? I don't think I need to tell you that. But Mr. Osman here has been enjoying a pretty great run of essentially family-friendly, nice, easy content. But every now and then, he gets some... Oh, shit, okay. I'm not sure I can say this on YouTube. Let me bring this in. Negative comments. I mean, can you believe some shit they're saying? Things like this. Or this. Oh my god. It's so bad, William Osman made 2 videos about this. One video, which I won't be talking about today, but I guess I'll go over it very briefly, wherein some jackass who was making a mess in his comment section, he decided to look up this guy on LinkedIn. Unfortunately for this poor dude, he was actually using his real name in the comment section. He then found him on LinkedIn, called him up, and basically pretended to offer him a job, all just to kind of gotcha him. Which, very mature there, Mr. 2 million subscriber YouTuber. Real fucking great content, you complete weasel shitbag.
I know the right thing to do is to just not read the comments.
This is the ultimate in cope, seethe, and mauled, alright? I can't believe he's proud of this, and I can't believe his retarded comment section was like, that's a really good video, you really got him. But no, we're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about a very important, very serious video here today, with the totally not clickbait title of, I'm done. Shocker, I'm just going to spoil it right now, he's not done. He's not going to quit. He's just going to clickbait the shit out of you. Which, I mean, if you're stupid enough to fall for it, you kind of deserve, in my opinion. So anyways, let's take a look at this video, and let's look at a few choice highlights, shall we?
This is great. It's one of those videos where you're like, oh, is this titled clickbait? Or is William about to yeet?
No, friend. We only wish you yeeted. Seriously, I love how self-aware he is. He knows what he's doing. He knows that you're retarded, and you saw the title, and you clicked on it, and that he's fooled you. Now that is true respect for your audience's intelligence, isn't it? Now, beyond that auspicious start, it's not a bad video initially. He talks about how he's kind of growing frustrated, maybe even kind of burned out with YouTube. And then look, that's a topic I think you get a lot of mileage out of. It's fascinating to see how people who seemingly have everything really have nothing, and how empty fame is, and really how empty being a YouTuber is. It's actually funny, I could sit here and opine on that for a few minutes, I mean, honestly, when you look at it, we're all just entertainers, right? But entertainment, I would argue, is probably the lowest form of value you can provide in society, I mean, don't get me wrong, it definitely makes you a lot of money, but does it really provide a lot of value? And for any of my fellow content creators out there that are like, hey, wait a minute, well, think about it like this. If you died, and you just stopped posting videos, and no one ever brought up, hey, this guy disappeared, people probably wouldn't notice you were gone. They would just replace you. We're not really real to our audiences. We're just talking heads and, in my case, goofy mascots, Anyways, sorry. Getting back to Mr. Osman. All right, following that start, he kind of goes into, I started off really small. I just want to entertain people, right? I had this tragedy happen where my house burned down when I was a small YouTuber. And then I actually got a free ticket to Disneyland, so I took it. And people started kind of criticizing me for that.
There were comments saying, wow, I see you're spending your GoFundMe money well.
Well, I mean, look, from the outside looking in, it is kind of how it seems, right? I mean, come on, The commenter's onto something, that's all I'm trying to say, right? If I gave money to a guy whose house burned down, and then a fucking week later he shows up at Disneyland, yeah, I'd be a little concerned too, to be honest. But look, the point Osman's trying to make here is how he's constantly feeling himself under criticism. Which, I mean, is technically true, but that's part of the fucking deal you sign up with. I mean, thankfully, I'm so small that I'm almost never have gotten hate comments. I've gotten more robo comments than I've actually gotten hate comments. But even still, I understand that this comes with the territory. You have to have thick skin, especially when you're someone like Mr. Osman, who's huge, who basically, he's in a Western country, lives extremely lavishly, doesn't have to do any manual work particularly, you know, tinkering being what it is, and he can basically make not just a good living, but a very, very good living. I mean, come on. How bad can your life be? You have to put up with some shit comments online? Dude, fuck. Oh, poor you. Poor baby, right? I think, honestly, to not get too far ahead of myself here, what we find ourselves here is a lack of perspective, all right? Things could be way worse. I mean, think about this here, folks. Right now, this very second, you could be Boogie 2988. See? See? Now don't you feel a little bit better about yourself? You're not him. Shit could always be worse here, friend. And if the worst you have to go through in order to live a lavish lifestyle is you have to experience some mean commenters online who say you're retarded, fuck them. You know what you should do? You should take their comment, print it out, roll it up, and then snort your fucking cocaine or Nezquik powder and just have some fun. Just ignore them. Just ignore them.
Like in the X-ray video, I didn't show this comment because it pissed me off so much. For some reason, it still bothers me. Smart guy, one of the top %, doesn't even have a slim girlfriend. Welcome to the modern West.
Jesus Christ, I wish my hate comments were this fucking funny, man. Dude, that, my friend, is called living rent-free in your head. Some jackass commenter spent maybe an hour or two bullshitting online, and he's won. He's beat your ass.
And like, maybe I'm just like weak.
Yes.
And don't worry, we'll get back to that in a second. See, the weakening moral fiber of our society happens to be of great interest to yours truly here, and we'll touch upon that in a moment. Oh yeah, okay, this is a great part here, folks. The William Osman subreddit. So let's be clear here. Subreddits, sometimes they're friendly, sometimes they ain't, right? I've seen a fair few subreddits that have really turned on some of their creators. The Spoony one comes to mind, right? Anyways, though, so Mr. Osman here is talking about his own personal subreddit, which is a fucking love fest. Can I just say that? I wish my subreddit was that nice. I don't even have one, you know? Feel free to make one. I'll never visit it. I'll never bless it. It will never be the official Nezquik subreddit. But anyways, though, Mr. Osman's subreddit, shocker of all shockers, is uber positive. And yet, he still manages to find a problem with it. And check this shit out. This is where the video goes from being pathetic, but funny, to, okay, you're being retarded. You're being a shitbag. I need to make fun of you.
Williams videos at the moment. Hi all. First of all, I don't want to come across as disrespectful in any way. I have been an avid fan of Big Willie since the early days of his channel, but nowadays I don't think he has the same level of content that he used to produce. Do you guys think this is the case? Why or why not? I think it would bother me less if it was downvoted into oblivion, but it's not.
How pathetic do you have to be? I mean, did you guys read that comment? As far as we can tell by it, this guy's not concern trolling. This guy's not like, you know, hey guys, I don't want to be offensive, but William Osman's a disgusting faggot, and I hate his fat wife. I wouldn't even rape her, huh? Like, okay, they're not doing that. They're not saying, like, oh, I don't mean to be offensive, but then actually offending them. If this is the only comment this person's made to this effect, then this sounds incredibly positive. And yet Mr. Osman can't even take the most positive and respectful of criticism. Like, this is pathetic. This is embarrassing. Imagine getting upset over a Reddit post like this.
People sort of, they put, you know, a YouTuber up at this like god tier level. Like, oh, this is like, this person is, you cannot, they're unaffected by any sort of insult or mean thing. And then they proceed to dehumanize them.
Dehumanizing? Are you fucking kidding? There was nothing dehumanizing about that comment. That was the most humanizing comment I've seen on Reddit in a long time. Actually, it's not fucking bad for Redditors, all right? You know, hand to the Redditors. They actually did okay for once. Thank you, boys. Thank you. But like, no, there's like, oh, like, I'm sorry. I can't stand seeing someone this out of touch.
And I haven't told you guys because I'm still traumatized from the GoFundMe. People just say, I see you're using the GoFundMe money. Well, they're using the GoFundMe money.
This is the people we assign power to? This guy doesn't fucking deserve any of it.
There's this term, this paradox, I call it the Emma Chamberlain paradox, where relatability will bring success. And success will kill your relatability. Frustrated with myself.
wow, this is not even first world problems. There are people in this country right the fuck now starving. And like I said, just because other people are suffering doesn't mean that your suffering isn't valid, right? But your suffering isn't valid. Can I just say that? Mr. William Osman, your fucking suffering is not fucking valuable. It's not worthwhile. It's not worth mentioning. It's not worth feeling. The fact that you feel it is wrong. You are invalid. Let me just tell you that right now. Seriously, thank God your retarded YouTube channel worked out. I imagine this fucker having to go work an actual 9-to-5 job. Anyways, we now get to the point of the video where he brings in other people to similarly mauled.
You know, I don't trust the positive comments, but the mean comments, you're always like, oh, is there some truth to it?
You know what? I think that's it. These people, despite their fames and their fortunes, as lofty as they are, they're still children. They're still emotionally stunted. They're still morons like the rest of us, right? They're insecure.
I feel like mean comments don't affect me unless I kind of believe it.
They don't trust what they have. Because let's be honest, it's impermanent. It was easily gotten and it can be easily lost. They're entertainers. Like I said, they don't really provide a lot of value. They're kind of fundamentally aware of that too. So they don't view what they do or what they have or what they've accomplished as amazingly important. They're insecure, which is why they don't trust the positive comments, but they do trust the negative comments, because the negative comments are saying what they're feeling. And yes, I am totally playing armchair psychologist right now. I'm enjoying the shit out of it. Thank you. Yeah, that's really about it. I mean, there's not much else I can really comment upon. It's kind of funny that the video ends with kind of a whimper there, just like, I kind of ran out of steam and I didn't want to cry on camera for too long, so let me just bring in my friends. Like, God, what a fucking pathetic thing. What a shameful display. So, look, I've been making some mean comments here this whole video, but let me just be the first to say, William Osman, even people like you, there's a reason why people gravitate to you. There's a reason why you're likable. There's a reason why you have many millions of subscribers and you're able to make a career out of this. Fundamentally, you don't suck, alright? Despite the Nezquikian propaganda to the contrary, you don't suck. You need to fucking believe that. There is something to maybe be said about what value you actually provide to society, but, you know, if you're still able to hold people's attention, and you're still able to make some money off of it, does it really matter? It's my definition of value, right? It's my evaluation of value, so fuck me, you know? It doesn't really matter. So the fact that you're so choked up by it, I think is really indicative of something very deep, very, very wrong, honestly, with how you view the world, how you view yourself, and how you view the people commenting. Anyways, hope that wasn't too mean here for you folks. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next one. Bye.
Stop being mean to me. Stop being mean to me. This is you.
Nobody cares, nigga!